Eric, you can start us with Moss.
All right. Tell me about that block there at the end of the game. That was an emphatic block. Just take me through that play.
Um, so I can't even remember it, honestly. I just remember her driving in there. I'm like, we need to get a stop. Then all of a sudden I just blocked it and it was like, I was like, oh, okay, timeout. It's our ball. Like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect me to make such a big play at the end of the game, but that's what happens when you play hard.
Masseny, your defense has been key all season long. What have been some of the points of emphasis, especially on that side of the ball all season?
I think for our team, we key in on defense in general. And, I've been here for 4 years now. So working with Coach Abe and being in her system, she's real big on defense. So just being here for 4 years and, playing for her has really, made defense a key of mine. Like if I'm not having a good offensive game, it's okay because I'll get it back on defense. So that's just a key thing that, I play with every day.
Offensively, it was kind of a tough day. There was kind of a physical game, intense there. You couldn't pull away from it. Just tell us a little bit about the offense there, what kind of issues you had, but you kind of found ways to make plays at the end.
I mean, ECU is a good team defensively, so, it was tough. We just wasn't making the shots that we were supposed to make. But other than that, we're just going to play with each other, fight through, and that's what we end up doing. And in the end, we end up making shots and free throws, which was very important.
Speaking on those free throws, did Coach A making an emphasis? Obviously, you want to make every free throw you get up there, but those free throws really came clutch down the stretch. Just tell me a little bit about why it was so important for you guys to make those free throws, especially in such a close game like this.
It was important for us to make those free throws because, like you said, it was for a clutch moment. We needed to make those free throws because we didn't know what's going to happen on the other end. We can control the free throws if we make it. We can control what we're doing on defense. We can set up, in our defense better if we make the shots. So I think the free throws are big in the end. And Coach Abe always makes us shoot free throws, a million of them. So I'm glad that my teammates made it.
Is this one of these games that, you just have to kind of kind of find ways to win? Maybe everything's not clicking, but you find a way to win that separates, from that, this winning to losing from a veteran standpoint. Hey, some days are not going to be your day, but you still got to find a way to win.
Yes, most definitely. I think today was one of those games. Everything wasn't going the way we wanted it to go, but in the end, we all have to play for each other. We have to fight for each other. We have to have each other's backs, and that's what we did.
Ooh, that was a intense game there. I know you've said in the past you like defense, and boy, this game had to come down to defense because both sides were playing it. Just take me through what it was like to be on the court in a game like this where every possession was magnified and it was physical.
Well, this game was very intense since both teams are great defensively. So that's what it came down to, making free throws and playing defense and pressuring the ball and getting stops.
Tay, this was obviously a defensive game, not really much on the offensive side for either team. Can you just speak on the toughness and the scrappiness of your team in order for you guys to pull out a win in this one?
Well, obviously, yeah, we weren't making the shots that we were supposed to, but it all came down to defense, like every game. We don't make shots, but as long as we getting stops on defense and then knocking down those free throws. So that's how we came down with the win.
Hey, did ECU do anything different than you expected them?
No, ECU is a pretty good team, good defensively. They're probably one of the best defensive teams in the league, along with us. So we just had to, take care of the ball a little more. But it was just very intense, and we just came down with the win.
Tell me about the moment there, your reaction there on Moss's block. I mean, it was one of the more emphatic blocks I've seen in a long time. I mean, she spiked that ball down, and it was a huge moment in the game.
Well, Moss is known for blocking shots, so I expected Moss to do that. It was very exciting. We needed that block, and that turned us up. They gave us a lot more energy.
Hey, was the game as exhausting to play as it looked?
Well, it was a fast-paced game. So yes, it was pretty tiring because going back and forth with both good defensively teams. Both teams press, so they're trying to break our press. We're trying to break their press, and we're both good defensive teams. So it was pretty, yeah, it was a dogfight out there.
There was a moment there, you're down 3 in the fourth quarter, then Lewis hits that 3-point shot, and then in the next possession, she found you for that jump shot to get the lead there. Tell me about those 2 sequences there and how big that was, because really at that time, ECU had the momentum.
Yeah, those shots were really big, and Lish is known for making big shots for us. She's a 3-point shooter. Of course, we would like her to make or shoot more. But yeah, she's a good point guard for us. She's gonna look, and those were like that gave us like a lot of energy right there. Like, yeah, okay, we made shots. Let's go get a stop on defense.
Hey, congrats on your double-double. How would you assess your team's game tonight?
Well, obviously, although we won, but we know we can do a lot better. Like, we're a great team. Each game, each team is going to give us their best game. So we know that we got to come out, we got to play hard, and they're going to try to play harder than us, but we just got to stick to our plan and stick to defense and Coach Abe's plan.
Eric.
How's it going? Very intense game there, Coach. Tight one there down the stretch. You find a way to win. Is this one of these games where you just have to grind it out and find a way to win when maybe you don't have your best game on both sides of the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we got lucky down the stretch because we had some upperclassmen that knew how to win at the end, But I mean, they do a good job. Their defense is really good, just like ours. I mean, you can see it's the same kind of matchup. It's hard to play against. It's hard to score against. Their press is really good, so they play a lot like us, right? So, I mean, they did a really good job. I felt like they came out with a lot more energy and ready to go, and they made a lot of effort plays and hustle plays. That 21 offensive rebounds. That's just gut and will and going after the ball, right? So, I mean, there's nothing we didn't prepare our team for. They knew that they were going to come in and everybody's going to give us their best game by far every game we play. And especially the second round, this is the second time we played them. So we have to be ready for that. And we've prepared our team for that, but hopefully this was a great, what's the word I'm looking for? Great point that we keep making all the time. Like, now will you listen to us and believe us that everybody's going to give us their best game? And they really did. And we didn't beat them by very much at their place either. I mean, Kim's doing a great job there.
Coach, you mentioned a little bit about the upperclassmen coming in and being big in this win. What does it mean to have the underclassmen like Kiara Brown and Alicia come in and play meaningful minutes for your team?
Yeah, I actually thought Anna played the best meaningful minutes for us. She got in a little foul trouble. I think she out of everybody in Moss had the most energy. I thought she did a phenomenal job for us. Hit a big 3, and then Lish is new, but she needs to come right away. She's waiting too long to come be an impact for us in games. And believe it or not, in this game when we played at ECU, Lish did the exact same thing. She came in late and then hit a couple threes and we won. So, we talked about that with her too. And Kira didn't play against them last time. She's a great defender for us. Very, very good IQ. You can see she can get up and rebound. She got some big time offensive rebounds in there, and we got to get her to, finish those offensive rebounds. It's a little bit of traffic with her knees. So she's kind of like, ooh, kind of throwing it up there. But, I think everybody this game kind of did a little bit of what they normally do. But I thought Moss and especially Anna, were like key energy people for us this game.
Kind of expanding on Lewis, you mentioned makes the big 3 in the game. You're down 3. ECU has the momentum in that fourth quarter, drills that 3-point shot. The next possession, she hits Sanders for that big shot to get the lead back and regain momentum. I think she only had a couple shots in the game. Yep. Is she too unselfish? Is this one of those things where you have to kind of constantly get on her about, hey, be more aggressive, take shots, which is, I guess, a good problem to have, but still, she's such a great shooter. You probably want her to be more aggressive.
I sure do, Eric. So, yeah, I mean, you said everything that I was going to say. Yeah, she needs to be, and we mention it again, and she's just a pass first point guard, and we keep telling her that she's a good shooter. I mean, if we do, make 10 in a row shots, she's making all 10, where Anna's making 8 out of 10, or Tay's making, 7 out of 10. She's making 10. Like, So it's just like, her first year, we just got to really push her out of that. I'm a pass first point guard. That's what she's always been. I think that's what she was at Syracuse for them because they had a lot of scorers. But, we can score. She can score, if she just gets herself ready to look to score. But she's definitely unselfish and she definitely wants to get the ball to Moss and Britt.
Coach,
Coach,
what's
your
the first thing you're going to work on tomorrow at practice?
Huh?
What's the first thing you're going to work on tomorrow at practice?
Boxing out, Megan. Boxing out for sure. And clearly we're going to watch film first so they can see it. Because now we're getting ready to go to Wichita State and, they're going to play super hard. They're very well coached and they're going to watch this game and they're going to pick it apart. It's the first time we're playing there at Wichita State this year. We haven't played them yet. So, our kids got to really stay focused and, stick to the game plan, but we gotta out hustle Wichita State because they play extremely hard, just like ECU.
Coach, what has been the key to your guys' defensive success this season?
Our what? I'm sorry.
What has been the key factor to your guys' defensive success this season?
I think a lot of it's Moss. I mean, I know she's in the back line, but she does a lot of talking for us. She is super athletic, super long. I mean, she got a big block, down that stretch where the kid was getting ready to make a layup. I mean, Moss is like a key to everything. And then I didn't really think Tay had a great game today defensively, but Tay's usually somebody and Diamond's usually somebody that defensively they do a really good job for us. But Masseny's big defensively for us.
I was going to say that block you just mentioned, that's one of the more emphatic blocks I've ever seen. Like that ball was smashed onto the court. Like I think Todd Dejanay, the volleyball coach, would have been proud how she smashed that ball. But that's part of the key to your defense, as you mentioned. I mean, that intensity that she brings, does that feed off on the team there? Because it seems like the intensity level defensively goes up a level there, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, it's Moss has got a big burden on her. She every day in practice has to get everybody motivated, has to get the intensity going. And, she always brings it. Obviously she's earned that right. And they really respect her, but that was a big play. I mean, thank goodness she was in no foul trouble. And, she got that, I don't know if it was super clean, but it looked super clean from where I was sitting. And, that was a big stop for us.